They called him a gunman. They said he was there to massacre law enforcement. The Department of Homeland Security claims he violently resisted, brandishing a 9mm semi-automatic weapon. But there is a problem with that story. We have eyes. And more importantly, we have the video.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Get the fuck, people! The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly!
Saturday morning, South Minneapolis, it's 10 degrees below zero. Federal agents are conducting an immigration sweep on Nicollet Avenue. Standing nearby is 37-year-old Alex Pretti. He's not a criminal. He's an ICU nurse who cares for veterans at the local VA hospital. And he's not holding a weapon. He's holding a smartphone. Multiple angles tell a very different story than the one coming from Washington. Footage shows Pretti stepping in to defend a woman who had just been shoved to the ground by an officer. He doesn't pull a gun. He raises his empty left hand. In his right, he keeps filming. The response? He gets pepper sprayed repeatedly. Then, he's tackled. This is where the official narrative completely falls apart. Witnesses record 7 agents surrounding him. They have him pinned to the pavement. One officer reaches into Pretti's waistband and removes what appears to be a firearm, a weapon he was legally licensed to carry, but, according to the footage, never held in his hand. Less than a second after he is disarmed, while still held down, an agent opens fire. Then comes a volley of 10 more shots.
Things got buried. Yeah, on all your windows. No, you're just right inside. Let's go around.
Another one? Okay. You do this! Yeah! You! They go to sleep alone! Hurry, remember! Get it back! Hey! Hey!
The administration doubled down. Secretary Kristi Noem called him an armed suspect who arrived to inflict maximum damage. Donald Trump labeled him a gunman. But Pretti's parents are calling these sickening lies, pointing out that their son's final act was trying to protect a neighbor. This isn't an isolated tragedy. It's the second time in 3 weeks a U.S. citizen has been killed by federal agents in this city during Operation Metro Surge.
But I think the video speaks for itself. What I can tell you is we have identified this person, 37-year-old white male, resident of the city. The only interaction that we are aware of with law enforcement has been for traffic tickets, and we believe he is a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry.
Chief, can you clarify? Just saw a video of more than 6 masked agents pummeling one of our constituents and shooting him to death. How many more residents, how many more Americans need to die or get badly hurt for this operation to end? How many more lives need to be lost before this administration realizes that a political and partisan narrative is not as important as American values? How many times must local and national leaders must plead with you, Donald Trump, to end this operation and recognize that this is not creating safety in our city.
Minneapolis is now a city under siege, with the governor decrying a federal occupation and the attorney general suing to stop it. But beyond the politics, we are left with a terrifying reality. A registered nurse, a lawful gun owner, and a man documenting a public arrest is dead. If the video evidence can be so blatantly contradicted by the highest officials in the country, what does that say about the safety of anyone holding a phone in front of a badge?
Watch closely, because this is who Alex Pretti was.
March 30th, 1947, December 10th, 2024. Today we remember that freedom is not free. We have to work at it, nurture it, protect it, and even sacrifice for it. May we never forget and always remember our brothers and sisters who have served so that we may enjoy the gift of freedom. So in this moment, we remember and give thanks for their dedication and selfless service to our nation in the cause of our freedom. In this solemn hour, we render them our honor and our gratitude.
That was Alex Pretti working as an ICU nurse at the VA, reading someone's father's final salute. That's who Alex was. He worked as an ICU nurse at the VA. And as we watch the attempted character assassination of Alex Pretti rolled out by the Trump administration, by Stephen Miller, by anyone else that's trying to uphold the institution of ICE, understand that's all that it is. It is an attempted character assassination of a man who is not only good, but somebody that people stand 10 toes down on for his character. I asked the person if I could use this video for this video, and they said, yes, please do not let them destroy his character. And I am absolutely no stranger to watching attempted character assassinations take place. As I am in Minneapolis, we watched the same thing happen with Philando Castile, George Floyd, Terrence Franklin, Amir Locke, and now Renee Good, and now Alex Pretti. And if we just take a moment to look at Alex Pretti in his final moments in the video that we all saw from multiple different angles, he was just looking out for his community. He was doing what many of us have done, would do, and plan on doing in the future. He was just looking out for his community. He was filming, he was observing, and then he was publicly executed. And there is not a singular plausible reality that this institution of law enforcement or Trump administration can stand on to convince people otherwise. And for those that believe otherwise, understand that your fealty to an administration carrying out public executions and then victim blaming the dead is essentially blind loyalty to an administration that would attempt to assassinate your character if ever your life were taken by ICE. But go back to the beginning of the video of Alex reading the final salute for that veteran. He was the ICU nurse for that veteran. And it shows you that Alex's character not only cannot be assassinated by this administration, but it also shows you that literally everybody in this administration could never live up to who Alex was.
He was peaceful and well within his rights to hold his camera and record what federal agents were doing. When he was attacked, he was pepper sprayed at point blank range, and then he was tackled by 5 or 6 federal agents. They then disarmed him of something that he was carrying legally with a license, and only then, after he was disarmed with 5 or 6 people on top of him getting, pistol whipped or hit with maybe a can of OC spray, it was only then, when he had his face towards the ground and multiple people on top of him, that he was executed. But he wasn't just executed. They kept firing after he was clearly limp. After he was clearly lifeless, they kept dumping rounds into his body as he was face down, stone cold dead. You've seen the videos. You've heard the videos. You heard how long it was between the first shot, which might have been an accidental discharge by the very person who disarmed that man, and the amount of time between the last shot. When everybody else had already cleared away, they kept shooting. The Department of Homeland Security, Stephen Miller, the White House are branding this man a terrorist. Alex Pretti was a patriot, doing his patriotic duty. He was an ICU nurse who served veterans, critically ill veterans. He was murdered by cowards who, if they had done this in a combat zone, wearing a U.S. military uniform, they'd be court-martialed and they'd spend the rest of their lives in jail. It is not enough to simply abolish ICE. We need to prosecute ICE. Every one of these masked thugs need to be prosecuted. You see, the White House, Pam Bondi and the DOJ, they're getting cute, saying they're going to use the KKK Act to prosecute peaceful protesters. Well, you know what? The KKK Act, it includes provisions about how even if a federal agent is acting within the color of law to strip someone of their civil rights, they can be prosecuted under the KKK Act. So, you want to talk about the KKK Act? Let's talk about it, because this is what we're going to be using. This is what the next administration needs to use to prosecute not just ICE, but everyone at Department of Homeland Security and everyone at DOJ who is enabling the stripping of civil rights and the murder of Americans and immigrants. Because you know what? If you're on American soil, the American Constitution protects you. You don't have to be born here. It's called the rule of law. We are supposed to be a nation based in laws. That is what the Constitution is. Look, I understand that you might be scared, terrified, exhausted right now, and that's okay, because you're human. But let me share a hard truth with you. Things are going to get a lot worse before they get better. And the only way that they're ever going to get better is if more people step up and fight. And that doesn't necessarily mean going out and confronting ICE in the street. Doesn't necessarily mean protesting. If you have the resources to give to soup kitchens and pantries that are distributing food and necessary supplies to terrified families in Minnesota right now. If you have nothing else but the phone in your hand right now that you're using to watch this video, please engage in videos that talk about this. Just simply showing the algorithm that this is important, that people care about this, that people want justice, that is not nothing. You are participating in a real resistance. If you are planning to go out and observe ICE, I want you to do me a favor, and if you have the resources to do this, please buy yourself a body cam or a GoPro, something that you can wear so that you can keep both of your hands free as you observe them. As you've seen in a bunch of videos, when you get pepper sprayed, if you're trying to take care of your phone before they tackle you, like, you're in for some trouble. I know not everybody has the money to spend a few $100 on something like a GoPro and a chest harness to wear it on. But if you have these resources and you're going to do that, that will help you at least a little bit. If you are going to carry, never carry behind you. If you're going to carry, make sure that you are taking courses, self-defense classes that will teach you how to responsibly handle this type of equipment. And just keep in mind that these maniacs, these ICE thugs, are looking for any reason, any excuse to murder more Americans. So if you are going to be armed, please know that if they can put their hands on you at any point, for any reason, that could be a death sentence. Not one that you deserve, but one that they will try to impose on you.